Yep. Yeah. Welcome to lesson 8. Yeah, welcome to lesson 8. And if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome to lesson 8. This is lesson 8. We've done lesson 1, we've done lesson 2, we've done lesson 3, we've done lesson 4, we've done lesson 5, we've done lesson 6, we've done lesson 7, and this is lesson 8. So if you're just joining us here, you are welcome. Like I said, this channel is all about teaching you how to become self-developed keyboardist, a professional keyboardist. Starting from the beginning, from the foundation of music, the theory of music, everything you need to know about the keyboard, about the organ, about the piano, the differences between the keyboard, the definition of music, types of music, the family of instruments. So if you have been wanting to learn the keyboard or the piano or the organ for years, and you've been having barriers, challenges in learning them, this is the right place to be. So I remain my humble self, Mogbo Bright Keys. Yeah, Bright Keys. So like I told you, I'm a gospel artist, I'm a vocalist, I'm a songwriter, I'm a keyboardist, I'm a drummer. I'm a keyboardist and I'm a drummer. So, but I major on the keyboard. Okay, so I told you I saw it as a challenge, and I saw it as a challenge for people who have been wanting to learn the instrument for years, and they were not opportuned, right? They were not given the opportunity. Some didn't have the means to pay anyone to teach them. Yeah, some didn't have the means to pay anyone to acquire the knowledge. Some were distance barrier, the distance, nobody to come, nobody to leave wherever he or she was staying to go teach or impart someone else with the knowledge of the keyboard, and some language barrier. So but I believe if you watch this video and if you put all that I've taught you, all that I've been teaching you, and all that I've been teaching you right from my lesson 1 to this lesson, if you put them to work, you're going to become a better keyboardist. You see, I told you, I said that I didn't want to rush you. I don't want to rush you and start teaching you how to play the keyboard so fast. No, I wanted to teach you from the foundation of music, the theory of music, so that you can understand fully well everything that I've been showing you. It's like I've said, is what I've gathered over the years from my rehearsals, my past rehearsals, my personal rehearsals, my past rehearsals with other instrumentalists, other pianists, other keyboardists. I told you I played in churches, I played in bands, I played in groups, in seminars, in concerts, in crusades. So I've been a keyboardist for this is my 12, 13 years now. Being a musician. So I've been playing for years. So, and it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So, like I said, the only thing I need you to do for me is to get a keyboard. Okay, now I know some of you might be wondering or asking, okay, what kind of keyboard do I buy? Okay, for a starter, you can, since you can't afford grand piano or an upright piano, you can get like my keyboard. This is a Casio keyboard. This is Casio. So you can buy a Casio keyboard, a small mini keyboard, or you could buy a PSR or Yamaha. So if you go to the store where they sell the instrument, you could buy an affordable keyboard, maybe a PSR. Don't worry, I'll write it there so that for those of you that want to buy a keyboard, you can know what to buy. PSR or Yamaha or Casio. But don't buy organ. No, don't buy organ, because organ, like I told you, organ organ is not a piano. Is a hybrid of the keyboard and a woodwind, because it produces sound by hair vibrating. I told you that. So don't buy organ. But if you already have an organ with you, there's no problem. But don't buy organ. Either buy a Casio, buy a Yamaha products, because you can buy PSR. You can buy a mini keyboard, or buy a small piano. Do you understand? If you can afford, you can get a grand piano, but there's a mini one. Or you can get an upright piano, a mini one as well. So welcome once more to this channel, and if you're just joining us for the first time, you can hit my subscription button so that you can be getting notifications on my daily uploads of my videos. You wouldn't want to miss any video at all from me, because I'm going to be showing you from back to back all the videos from lesson 1 down to all the lessons. You're going to, if you watch all the lessons and you pay attention to them, you practice them, you rehearse, you're going to become extraordinary professional. Anywhere you go, you know, there's one thing I like doing. Anything I like to do, or anything I like to venture in, I like to know the knowledge. I like to know I like to play it with knowledge. Do you understand? So as a keyboardist, you're not just going to be a keyboardist, you're going to be a keyboardist with a difference. So when you play with knowledge. That's why I'm showing you all these things. I'm showing you the construction of all the notes. You know, very soon I'm going to be taking you to the sharp and flat. I'm going to be telling you the harmonic equivalent, what it means. I'm going to be showing you the relative minor, the natural minor, the C major, the minor ninth, the major note. You know, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. So when you're playing later in the future, you will be glad that you watch this video and you pay attention to all that I showed you, right? So so let's continue from what we start from our lesson 7. This is lesson 8. This is lesson 8, right? So from lesson, let's come to the keyboard now. Right? Hope you are with your keyboard. Hope you're with your keyboard. If you're not with your keyboard, please go get your keyboard ready. Go get your keyboard ready right now. And your book and your biro, your pen, you can get them ready too, because you're going to write a lot of stuff down. So get your book, get your keyboard, and get your pen. You understand? But there are a lot of things we're going to write down. Okay, so from our previous lesson, from our lesson 7, this is lesson 8. We talked about I showed you what an octave means, right? I said an octave is the beginning of the first note. Beginning of the first note. For example, this is C. Beginning of C. I said this is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right? I said the beginning of the first note to its ending notes. The beginning of the first note to its own ending note. To its own ending note. That's an octave. So this is one octave already, right? I showed you that. Remember, I showed you that. And I said this is another octave. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is second octave. And I showed you C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is third octave. So, and I said you can run your keyboard or your piano, count it down and tell me how many octaves is your keyboard or piano, right? That's what I told you. You can do that for me so that I can know how many octaves is your keyboard or piano. My keyboard is my keyboard is a 5-octave keyboard. If you watch my lesson 7, you will see how we counted it. It's a 5-octave keyboard. So count your keyboard from C down to C, down to another C, down to another C, and tell me how many octaves is your keyboard. Remember, I said it doesn't matter which of the keys your keyboard is beginning with. Your keyboard might be can be beginning with F or A. Sorry, or F or A. I said if it's beginning with F, you can start from F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. This is one octave already. From F to F is one octave. So you can do it as well like that. You can say F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is second octave. This is for those that our keyboard is not beginning with C. Remember. Or if you're starting with A, you can say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So from A to A is one octave, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. From A to A, this is another octave, right? So just count it that way. So let's continue from where we stop. Okay. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, or some of us may not know how to identify. Okay, how are we going to like if I'm new here, how am I going to identify my C? How am I going to know this is my C, or this is my F, or this is my A, this is my? How am I going to know? I know some of us may be wondering, or maybe wanting to ask that question. How do I know this is my C? How do I know this is my D? How do I know this is my F? It's very, very simple. That is a good question. If you're having that question in your heart, that is a very good question. So I'm going to be showing you the secret to how to identify your C, because if you look at this key, remember I told you from our lesson 6, lesson 7, I said these keys they are repeated. They are repeated. And the keys, they are all interwoven. They are all, most of them are all similar. Most of all the keys, they are all similar and they look alike. Like for example, look at C and look at F. This is C, this is F, this is C, key C, this is key F. If you're not careful in your observation, if you're not careful in your musical theory, you might miss this C for F. When I was beginning, when I was learning, there were many times that I had that challenge. I made a lot of mistakes. I was thinking this was C, not knowing this F. So this is D. Look at D. Now this D looks as if it's G and A, right? So I want to tell you how to locate your keys. For example, this is key C. I said now I will show you. You can write this down. You can write this down, and also if you are not understanding what I'm sharing with you, please feel free to ask a question and also drop your comments. That's very important. Drop your comments. So I'm going to show you two to three key points on how to identify your keys. The white keys first. We're starting with the white keys first, right? Now I said for every keyboard, be it a keyboard, be it a piano, be it an organ, the first key is always what? Key C, right? That's what I said. I said, right? This is the first key. The first is always key. It's always key C. Then I told you the keyboard, the pattern of the keys in the keyboard are arranged and are arrayed in the form of your alphabetical order. You're like your A, B, C. So this is C in alphabetical order. After your A, B, C, A, what do you have? We have your B. After your B, what do you have? We have your C. This is C. After C, what do we have? We have your C. We have your D. So you can use this. This is the first pattern. You can either say this is C, the first key. After C is what? Is D. After D is what? E. After E is what? F. After F is what? G. After G is what? A. After A is what? B. After B is C. You see, same thing. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, like that. No, that's number one way to identify your various keys. Now the second way, this one will help you enough. This second way I'm about to show you. Now look up, can you observe the black keys? Observe them. They are in 2s and 3s. 2s and 3s. Can you observe the black keys? They are in 2s and they are in 3. This is the second way of identifying your keyboard. The black keys are in 2s, they are in 3s, they are in 2s, they are in 3s, they are in 2s. See, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. That's how the black keys are arranged, right? Now I'm going to show you something. Now before two black keys, this is how to identify your C. Before the two black keys, there is a white key. Are you saying before these two black keys? Before these two black keys, there is a white key. Are you saying it? Can you see it now clearly? Before these two black key here, there is a white key. So this first white key is called your C. Are you saying it? So this before the two black keys, before any two black keys in the keyboard, there is always a key. Before the two black keys, that key is called the key C. So I'm sure you can use this pattern as well. So this is called key C. Are you getting it? Now after key C, what do we have? We have D, E. Now this is 2. Before the three black keys, before any three black keys in the keyboard, this is three black keys, is the F. I'm showing you this so that you will not start confusing the C for the F. You have to understand how to identify them. Before any three black keys, this is three black keys. Before any three black keys is the key F. So remember I showed you, I said before any two black keys is before any two black keys is key C. Before any two black keys is key C, right? Then before any three black keys is key F. Are you saying it? So after F, what do I have? F, G, A, B, C. So before any two black keys is key C. Then after C, what do I have? D. After D, what do I have? E. Before any three black keys is F. After F, what do I have? G. We have A, we have B, we have C. So look at this pattern that I've broken down for you. Two black keys, we have before two black keys we have C. Before three black keys we have F. Before two black keys we have C. You can write this down. If you want to write it down, it will help you. You can note it down. Just observe it. Before two black keys we have C. Before three black keys we have F. Before two black keys we have C. Before these three black keys we have F. Before two black keys we have C. Like the same thing, you know, the same thing. Before two black keys we have C. Before three black keys we have F. Before two black keys we have C. You know, just like that. So did you get that? Did you get it? Hope you get it. Did you get it? So that's another way of identifying your keyboard, your keys and the keyboard. That's another way of identifying your keys and the keyboard. Now, this takes us to something else. So that is, if you can understand what I just shared with you now, you will not be confusing the C for the F, because although I'm going to be telling you and be teaching you in my next class, the C and the F, they are similar. Yeah, remember I said most of these keys, they are similar in nature, and they have, because most of them have same key signature. Don't worry, in my next lesson I'll be showing you what it means to have same key signature. You know, I'll be teaching you, like this key C and the key F, they share the same key signature. They are almost the same thing. They are brother and sister. You understand? The G, the key D and the key G, they share the same thing. They're almost like family and brother and sister. So the same thing all over. So you have been able to identify your key C, right? Before the two black keys are key C. Before your three black keys are key F, right? Now, this takes us to the definition of an octave. So if you don't want to define an octave as the plane of the first note to its own ending note in a higher version, if you don't want to, I said if you don't want to define an octave as the plane of the initial note and the end and its own ending note, you can say an octave is made up of 7 white keys and 5 black keys. What do I mean? I said an octave is, you can say an octave is made up, or you can, this is the second definition of an octave. An octave is made up of 7 white keys and 5 black keys. Look at it. This is C, D, E, F, B. Sorry, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. These 7 keys, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. This is 7 keys. Now, from here to here is 1 octave, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is what? These are the 7 white keys. This is the 5 black keys. Are you saying it? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 black keys and 7 white keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you say it? So we have the 7 white keys. We have the 5 black keys here. So this is an octave already. Can you say it? So you can write it. 7 white keys and 5 black keys. An octave. The same thing. 7 white keys and 5 black keys. An octave. The same thing. 7 white keys here and 5 black keys. So that is the definition of an octave. Hope you understand it. Have you gotten that? So you can, so instead of saying an octave is the plane of the first note to its own ending note in a higher version, in a higher tone, you can say an octave is the collection. An octave is the collection, or is the collection of 7 white keys and 5 black keys. You see, so you'll be able to know what an octave means. Do you understand? You'll be able to know what an octave means. So this is where I'm going to be stopping, but I'm going to be giving you an assignment. You're going to be doing something for me. I'll give you a task. So what you will do for me now, is you're going to, number one, you're going to be rehearsing, you're going to be knowing, because in my next lesson I'm going to be showing you the middle C. I'm going to be telling you, I'm going to be starting with scales, because I've been able to show you, I've been able to introduce octaves to you. So I will show you the name of the black keys. I will introduce scales. I will introduce tone, semitone, tone, semitone. So you wouldn't want to miss my next lesson. Like I said, always come back to watch my video. Always come back to check my video if I've uploaded. If I've uploaded any video, always come back to check my YouTube channel if I've uploaded any video. So what you're going to do for me, you're going to master all these things I've shown you, you're going to master them. You're going to be rehearsing them on your own. Like you're going to master this C, D. You're going to know them off. You're going to know them not touching the keyboard. What you can also do, as a beginner, if you have a marker, you can just write it. This is C, D, E. You can just name it on top of them so that it can help you because you're just beginning. The reason why you need to do that so that it can be help you to know the names. But as you go on to be rehearsing, like with your keyboard, if you rehearse with your keyboard daily, if you practice by saying it every time, maybe during your leisure time, you will get used to it. This is C, this is D, E, F, G, A, B, C, 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 D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So I want you to practice like that. Just keep doing C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I want you to practice it, and I want you also, that's number one, and number two, I want you to be able to identify where your C is, and also want you to identify where your F is. I don't want you to confuse the both. So know that your C is before 2 black keys, your F is before 3 black keys. Know where your C is, know where your F is, know where your D is, know where your G is. Just master them so that next time when I ask you touch your A, you're not gonna be touching your F. If I say touch your A, you're gonna be touching your F. No, do you understand? So practice all that I've shown you. Practice your octaves, how to count your octave from C to C. That's your octave, or from A to A, one octave, A to A, another octave, or F to F, any key like that is beginning with the keyboard. So that is number 2. Practice your octave. So number 3 is now this is 5 octave keyboard, right? Now my last question is how many octave are we supposed to have in a normal grand or opera piano? In a normal piano, how many octave are there? Can you answer that? So that will be another assignment. I want you to tell me how many octave are we supposed to have? How many octave are we supposed to have in a normal grand or opera piano? How many octave are there, or how many octave are we supposed to have? So that will be the end of today's class. Remember what I said, today's class is lesson 8. So if you've watched lesson 8, you don't understand what I'm sharing, please watch my lesson 7, watch my lesson 6, lesson 5, lesson 4, 3, 2, 1, so that you can understand all that I've shared. You understand? And okay, so today we'll be calling it a day. Yeah, God bless you. Thank you for watching this video, and my prayer for you is that even as you rehearse all that I've shown you and you've practiced all of everything that I've shown you, you become the Spirit of God will remind you of everything that I've shown you, and as you put them to work, you become a better and a professional keyboardist, right? Thank you very, very much. Okay, thank you.